And it is another day for more wrestling news with the outset of it being some unfortunate news to report, and that is from Mike Tenay, former TNA announcer Mike Tenay, that longtime TNA employee and all out just amazing dude, Don West, passed away at the age of 59 after a long battle with lymphoma. Don West was 59 years old, and he had been battling cancer for the last couple of years. I, for one, had the distinction, the pleasure of meeting Don a few years ago at a TNA Live house show, and I got his autograph, and the only thing I had access to was a napkin, and he said, let's see if we can get you something better. He ended up signing the napkin, but, I remember the interaction with Don, and he seemed like a very genuinely nice guy, and it is unfortunate that, Don is no longer with us, but we will remember the energy and the passion, the legit passion that he brought to every single event, every single house show, every single time he was in that ring or in the booth with Mike Tenay for TNA. Thank you for the memories, Don, and Godspeed, my friend. I would like to offer my deepest condolences to the friends, family, and fans, the family, friends, and fans of Don West, and I would like to wish him Godspeed and, Godspeed. Thanks for the memories, Don. But on a more positive note, we look to next year and we look to WrestleMania with the possibility of The Rock being at the forefront, the possibility of The Rock being at WrestleMania at the forefront, and the question that has been on everybody's mind for the last couple of months is, will The Rock be at WrestleMania? And the answer is, we still don't know. We still don't know if The Rock will be at WrestleMania. Nobody knows if The Rock's going to be at WrestleMania, but according to Dave Meltzer, it's seeming less and less likely that Dwayne will be joining us for WrestleMania, likely because of his schedule and because, again, of the fact that next year he will be relaunching the XFL or attempting to relaunch the XFL, which I think he will do better than Vince McMahon did with the XFL because of the fact that The Rock does have a limited background in in football. So if anybody would know the proper way to do things with a football league, it's somebody who actually has a background in football, which, unfortunately for Vince McMahon, never did. And instead of letting people that knew what they were doing run the show and him just finance it, Vince needed to be a part of it in some form or fashion. But now, I'm not going to say that The Rock's perfect or knows everything that there is to know, but I'm just going to say that I think that The Rock may do better at the XFL than Vince did. But with that being said, I think we also may not see The Rock in WWE for WrestleMania because of circumstances outside of his control. But with the Royal Rumble right around the corner, it is getting clearer and clearer that we may not see Dwayne next year. The contingency plan, according to Dave Meltzer, for the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, according to for WWE, is Cody Rhodes. The best bet, it is not official, it could be somebody else, but according to Dave Meltzer, the best bet right now to count on, as far as if you wanted betting odds of who could win the Royal Rumble, it would be Cody Rhodes. as Cody is the only one that is rumored, according to Dave Meltzer, to have the opportunity to become that next opponent for the Tribal Chief if Dwayne is not available for WrestleMania. I, for one, am hoping that Dwayne is not available for WrestleMania because I would prefer to see Roman lose the championships and then have something going on with Dwayne rather than have something going on with Dwayne while being the champion and that preventing him from defending the titles. But that's just me. You know, this does go back to the conversation we had yesterday about Steve Austin being the most likely member of that trifecta alongside Stone Cold, alongside The Rock and John Cena, that Steve Austin would be the most likely member of that trifecta to be at WrestleMania next year in some form or fashion, with both The Rock and John Cena being less and less likely. I do believe, from what I remember on the report, it did say The Rock is the least likely of the three, with John Cena being possible and Dwayne being less likely. You know, the least likely and Steve being the most likely. But the fact of the matter is, again, we won't know until we're closer to the Royal Rumble, but I think WWE would like to have a plan in place by Royal Rumble if The Rock is able to be there or not. By that I mean, I think they would rather know before the Rumble, within weeks of the Rumble, rather than have it be a question mark going into the match and going into the event, because it won't help them having the last minute thing. You know what I mean? But either way, that is what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. I mean, next year, for WWE, it does seem like The Rock may be a distant memory, and we may actually get a real match at WrestleMania. Not to say that I would not be excited to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. It is just the fact that I think I would rather see that after Roman drops the belts rather than before. And a simple update as we wrap up from Matt Hardy is that Jeff Hardy may never return to AEW. Right now, even his brother does not know for certain what we're going to see from that if we're gonna see Jeff back in AEW. It really depends on Jeff more than anybody else. If Jeff returns, I do hope, for the sake of Jeff Hardy, that if he feels like he can't handle being on the road anymore, there's nothing that he needs to prove to anybody else. That he needs to do what would be best for him and his family. And if being on the road is what is best for him, then do it. If not, then he is more than able to sit back, rest on his laurels, and call it a career. But I hope the best for Jeff Hardy. I wish the best for Don West and his family. And also, more news as we get closer to the Royal Rumble on The Rock and WrestleMania. But in my opinion, I think The Rock should be deemed as somebody that is out for WrestleMania at this point, with Roman Reigns likely defending the title against an active wrestler and the winner of the Royal Rumble. Either way, these have been my thoughts on wrestling, and let me know your thoughts on everything and anything talked about in this video in the comment section down below. As I am signing off until next time, I will see you in the next video.